Chapter 6. Forms in HTML. Chapter 7. The form tag. Creating text control. Creating radio control. Creating checkbox control. Creating submit, reset control. Creating password control. Creating multi-line text input control. Creating a drop-down list control. Forms in HTML are used for creating an interactive web page using which you can collect required information from the user. For example, during the user registration, you need information like name, contact address, phone number, email address, Aadhaar number, etc. A form can take the required input from the user and can store it in the back-end server. A form can contain special elements like input box, checkbox, radio or option button, submit button, etc. HTML provides various tags for creating such elements on the web page form. So, let us learn how to make use of these tags. The form tag. This tag is used to create or define the form. This is a container tag which encloses all the form elements. Format. Form elements, close form tag. Form elements can be the input elements like text box, checkbox, option button, submit button, etc. The input tag. This is one of the most important form tag which is used for getting the information from the user in form of text, option or clickable button. The various attributes of input tag are attributes, description. Type describes the type of input like text, radio, submit, etc. Name can be used to specify the name of input control. Value can be used to set the default input value. Size specifies the data width in characters. Max length specifies the maximum data length. Creating text control. Text control is used to enter data in the form of letters, numbers, etc. in the form. To create a text control on the form for taking single line input, you use text value for type attribute. Format. Type input type equals text. Example. The above HTML code will create 2 text fields in the web page having a width of 15 characters. Creating radio control. Radio control is used when there is only one option to choose from several options. They can be created by defining the type value of input tag as radio. Format. Input type is equal to radio. You can set the value of radio button by specifying it in the value attribute of input tag. Attributes. Description. Name specifies the internal name of the field. Value specifies value of the radio button to be stored for the option. Align defines how the text field will be aligned on the forms such as top, middle, bottom, right, left. Checked makes a radio button pre-selected. Example. Creating checkbox control. Checkbox control is used when more than one option is required to be selected. This can be created by setting the type attribute value of input tag to checkbox. Format. Input type equal to checkbox. The checkbox's attributes, namely name, align, value, and checked, behave same as radio buttons attributes. Example. The above code will show the following output with Maths as pre-selected option. Creating Submit Reset Control. These command buttons are used to submit the entered values to the server or reset the form for new entry. The Submit button will transfer the data entered in the form to a web server. The Reset button will refresh the form to enter new values. Format. Input type is equal to Submit. Will create a Submit button. Input type is equal to Reset. Will create a Reset button. Example. Creating password control. This is also a single line text input, but it masks the character as soon as a user enters it. Format. Input type is equal to password. Example. Creating multi-line text input control. Text area tag is useful when you want to enter details in multiple lines. Attributes name, description. Name specifies the name of control. Rows specifies the number of rows in the field. Cols specifies the number of columns in the field. Wrap helps in flowing the text to the next row in a paragraph when the text reaches the right-hand border of the text area. Format. Text area rows is equal to number of rows. Cols is equal to number of columns. Example. The above code will show the following input. You can enter the data in up to 5 lines with 80 characters in each line. Output. Creating a drop-down list control. A drop-down list in the form provides option to choose an item from the expanded list. It can be created using select and option tags. A select element must contain at least one option element. The option tag is used to create a list inside a select tag. The attributes are attributes name, description. Name specifies the name of the field. Size specifies the number of items to be visible when the user clicks on the drop-down box. Multiple allows multiple selections. Value specifies the value of the option. Selected indicates that the option is pre-selected. Format. Select option value is equal to text or number value to be stored. Close option tag. Close select tag. Example.